The Calgary Police Services charged one man in relation to the death of a 2-year-old boy. At approximately 2 p.m. on Monday, December the 5th, 2005, police were called to a residence in the 4500 block of 7th Avenue Southeast. Officers were told EMS were responding to a call at a residence where a child was in medical distress. The child, Blake Harvey, who was 2 years old at the time of the incident, was taken to hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries on Thursday, December the 8th, 2015. At the time, it was determined Harvey's injuries were not consistent with a fall down the stairs a week prior, as was stated by the caregiver who was home at the time. An autopsy confirmed his death was a homicide. Ryan John Podhordecki, 32, of Kelowna, British Columbia, is charged with manslaughter. He was arrested yesterday, Thursday, October 22nd, 2015, in Victoria, British Columbia, and has since been transferred to Calgary. He appeared in court this morning, and his next court appearance is Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2015. I'll take your questions.
Can you say why in a case like this that it takes so long?
These cases are notoriously difficult. As with all homicide investigations, they're really never closed. We obtained further information recently that led to further evidence. The charge of manslaughter was approved by the Crown Prosecutor's Office.
Back at the time that this happened, I remember homicide had said that there was 2 people that were persons of interest and neither were cooperating. Did the level of cooperation ever change?
The mother was cooperative right from the beginning. And Mr. Podhordecki was not cooperative initially, but most recently he has been cooperative.
And can you say, have you talked to the mother since? Like, can you say how she's feeling this long after that there would be charges?
She was very emotional, very thankful for the efforts of the police service in bringing charges to the forefront.
So, Sean, can you just elaborate a little bit on what the new information was, whether it was a new tip or a DNA breakthrough or something like that?
Yeah, that's part of. We're now before the courts, so unfortunately I can't provide specifics, but we did provide new information that led to evidence in relation to Mr. Podhordecki.
And can you just for clarification, for background, can you describe the relationship between this person and the family or the boy?
Okay, Mr. Podhordecki was the live-in boyfriend of Blake Harvey's mother at the time of the incident.
And can you say now more about his injuries or cause of death?
No, that's still part of the evidence. Therefore, we'll let that play out in court.
Can you say, was this a surprise when he was arrested? Like, did this take him off guard 10 years later?
I believe he was surprised, most definitely, that we were able to amass evidence 10 years later to bring charges against him.
And right now he remains in custody?
He remains in custody. He's remanded in custody until November the 3rd.
Can you clarify, normally in these child cases it takes a long time for the medical evidence. Were you sure right after autopsy that this was foul play, or how long did it take after?
Soon after, within, I believe, within a week, the medical examiner's office did confirm that this was a homicide.
Maybe even can you just talk about how this is kind of a reminder that even though a case is really old, you guys are still working?
Absolutely. You know, we definitely, homicides are the worst crime. We take them seriously, and they are never closed.
Colin, just on kind of on that note, the fact not only this is a homicide, but it involved a 2-year-old boy, and we just talked a little bit about what it means for the investigators who've been working on the case. Not obviously all homicides are important, but when it deals with children, and I'm sure it's a big, big thing.
Anytime you have any vulnerable victim, it's definitely hits home with the investigators. So the fact that you're able to, after 10 years, lay a charge is very satisfying to help bring some closure to the family.
So he lives in Kelowna but was arrested in Victoria, so was there a belief he was trying to sort of flee? Did he know police were imminently going to make an arrest?
No, we don't believe that was the case. He was just in Victoria. He was in Victoria at the time of his arrest,
Can you
and
say
we
what he was there
located him.
for, like business,
No.
vacation?
We really can't.